Did we name this podcast?
We called it Trips and Giggles.
Oh, that's right, because I was going to say welcome back to Trips and Giggles. Oh, I'm starting?
Yeah.
You did the silent 3, 2, 1 to me again?
Exactly.
Man, you really like when I start things.
Well, you were the one looking at all the notes that we took.
Well, I want to look at the notes so that there's some semblance of structure to this versus us just being like...
Just going off the cuff.
Let's go on a tangent and tell you a story about something that happened 20 years ago.
I mean, we've done that a couple of times.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's life interconnects. Wait till we get to this one when we get to Northern Ireland. And we're like, we were here 19 years ago. Tell that story.
Yeah.
I feel like I just want to apologize first. I feel like I bring the energy, or we try to bring this energy together, and I feel like we're suffering from this this is the longest jet lag.
This is the longest jet lag. I mean,
I've ever had.
Right. I mean, when we went to Portugal in January, it was like 3 days.
It was 3. I mean, I remember feeling like shit when we got to Sintra.
Yeah.
Like I definitely still didn't feel great, but it wasn't like the kids are now, which is the epic disasters we've had of like bedtimes that just aren't going to happen, where there was 4 in the bed last night shoved together.
Oh my
and I'm like, is this our future? Is this your part of your 6-month tour, Dr.
Well,
Meyer?
no, I'm just like, is this now no longer jet lag, but we've sort of somehow behaviorally trained them to not go to bed anymore? Or is this just really extended jet lag that's taking weeks to slowly eke its way back into a normal bedtime? At least tonight they went to bed at 10 o'clock, which is earlier than it's been, which is insane because both of us are just exhausted. We have no time to ourselves.
Yeah, like
time
for each other, time to talk.
I'm falling asleep while they're still partying.
They're so partying. Our youngest with her right hand in the air dancing around.
Oh my God.
And then our oldest is like rolling off the beds and running through the hallways screaming. And I'm like, what? It's 11 o'clock, dude.
I got home. I have a friend that we're visiting, that I know where we're staying right now, and who said like, hey, I'm at this local pub nearby.
Oh, yeah. Come
out and have a drink with me. And the kids were not asleep when I left. And I was a little bit scared to leave you behind because I know what that can look like.
Fine, I was happy to do it. I was like, I got this.
I know, but it's not less because I don't think that you can do this, but because it's just has been a nightmare. And I got multiple text messages from our daughter's iPad, and it's like, Mom, I can't sleep. Mom, I can't sleep. And I just thought she was like reading books with you because we use the iPad to read books with at night. Right. And that she just was sending messages because sometimes when she's away from us, she likes to do that, right? No, I came back in the house, 11:30, something like that. You and the baby were asleep.
Yep, we passed out.
And Cordy was just like up hanging out.
Yep.
I mean, I think she was in with you guys, but she was just hanging out.
Was she in the room? Because she was in the bed. And
yeah, she was.
We were all trying to sleep. And she kept telling me she couldn't sleep, and I kept saying, please try. Well, I mean, I guess we should back up here. Because, I mean, like, we can go down this road all day, and we'll come back and start mentioning this. Hopefully not mention this in, like, 2 episodes from now. But basically, like, we talked about business class in the airport. We get to London. We had a driver. I wanted a driver really badly for 2 reasons. One, I was like, we're going to be so exhausted. I want someone to help us get all this stuff. I will pay for it. It's on me. I had a business relation situation happening in London anyway. I was like, it's fine. And 2 was, you and I have successfully navigated the luggage on trains to the airport. And I was just honestly anxious about, are we going to be able to handle 6 bags,
it's
a
too
giant
many bags.
baby bag and 2 kids through, the 50-minute ride, and then we get really busy halfway through all the way in, and then drag our shit on a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, do it. So anyway, we got a driver. It was really nice. Got to the Crown Plaza Hotel, Crown Plaza Docklands, and then proceeded to, we got some pizza at this place that was like a renovated boat or something that had pizza. And
that was nice.
It was nice. I mean, it was a cool little area. I've never been in the Docklands area. It was pretty far outside of London.
Yeah, but it was an easy train ride.
There's 2 trains on either side.
Yeah.
It was a pretty simple train ride. It got us, I mean, yes, it took probably,
25, 30
25, maybe 40 minutes, depending on the train ride to get back to London. But, like, it was a cool little space. But, of course, like, that night, no one was going to bed. I mean, we were all up till, 1 in the morning, easily?
What's crazy or wild is that, like, I think we ate dinner, and I was like, listen, nobody's going to go to bed tonight because it's just, like, basically 9 in the morning where we were coming from, and 5, I don't know, whatever it was, 4 or 5, something like that in the evening. That's probably totally wrong, but it was a 7-hour time difference.
It's like when you see the map. Oh, look, it's so close.
I know.
An hour and a half later. Shit.
That happened today. But, it was like, so I was like, well, why don't we just go into London, into the central city, and just walk around? I know it's already nighttime, and normally we'd be getting kids ready to go to bed, but like we're going to be awake. But I feel like we got into London and we were all kind of crabby and tired.
Yeah, we were straight up. People were just already feeling off.
Yes. And so we came back, and then the kids were like, oh, this is a party, and like would not go to bed. I mean, we stayed up, bouncing on the beds. We stayed up, took a bath, and we didn't go to bed until probably like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 in the morning we went to bed.
Which I was exhausted at that point.
Yeah, we were shot, but like to fill in the gaps a little bit of this, and then we'll go to talk about like some of the food and stuff that we had, like to continue this jet lag thing. So we're only in London for 5 days? It was 5 nights or 5 nights. Mm-hmm. So I signed us up to have a breakfast. I thought it'd be cool to have. It was like seemed pretty inexpensive to add it onto our hotel, and I was like, oh, this would be great. It's like an all-you-can-eat breakfast. Yeah. So that way, like
it was pretty good actually.
It was quite good. Mm-hmm. There's tons of choices, so I know the girls are going to eat. This will be great. Well, we slept through it the first day because we woke up at like 11?
Noon or something. It was bad.
And then we slept through it again a second time.
Yeah.
Like the third day.
Yeah.
So 2 times we didn't even go.
Right.
So that was just money pissed away. So you're welcome, London Docklands. We didn't eat. And then we go to this all-you-can-eat thing, which was pretty awesome. I mean, they had a spread of all kinds of eggs and meats and breads and fruits. And they had
ordered like food you could order.
You could order omelets and oatmeal
pancakes
and all these things.
Yeah.
And our oldest didn't eat anything.
Yeah, they're apparently out of the 30 choices, none of them were good choices.
None of them. Not a single one.
Not a single thing.
And I mean, I totally recognize the development, and I'm not mad at her because I was a picky kid. But in the moment, like the adult in me was just like, come on. You can eat something. You can find
piece of toast.
I mean, I told you, I was a kid, like this would happen. We go to these places, I didn't eat anything, but there was always something I would find, and I would just go ape shit. And so like it was the only time I was allowed to have like a plate of bacon. Yeah. And I would fill probably, 2 pounds of bacon in this mountainous, like on my plate.
Someone that doesn't eat any pig.
Well, this is, come on, this is the 80s.
I know.
Have a little respect. It was a long time ago.
I know.
It's the other white meat. Okay?
Oh my God. Well, I think she was really hoping for like some Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops, but she's,
Lucky Charms, which are like the only time she's allowed to eat those is when we go to hotels. But yet she didn't. It's not served in Europe. I literally
feel like we're regressing even further. Like I think we're like I thought we were getting like through stuff. Like let's try some things, and I think we've hit another phase of regression. If you couldn't find anything at that buffet,
by the end she did.
Yeah, well, the next night after the first night, the kids fell asleep at like 10:30, right?
Yes.
We're like, oh, okay, we're getting better.
Great, we're getting on track.
When did you fall asleep?
2 in the morning. I could not fall asleep, I'm usually really good about falling asleep, actually.
Yeah, which I'm surprised at because I can still see you moving a few times.
Yeah. I went a little bit in and out, but yeah, it was bad.
Up till 5 a.m.
Oh God.
I mean, I don't think it's ever happened. Like, I know we've done this before. We've done Europe, we've done Germany, we've done Italy, we've done all these trips, right? I don't ever remember rolling around for 5 hours.
I think it was the fact, well, maybe not you, but I slept like a good 8 hours on the flight. Yeah. And I almost feel like maybe that was a bad choice. I'm like, should I not be
in business class?
Should we not do business class? Should we sleep in economy next to in the middle seat, smushed between two people?
Now you want to get with the riffraff, huh?
Maybe we just need to stay up all night and just bear with the 2 to 3 days.
I have this recollection of when we took Cordy to, it was either Italy or Germany, I can't remember which one, and I was just like standing with her in the aisles. And
oh God, it's so bad.
Everyone was asleep. I don't know what time it was, but we were just walking up and down the aisles repeatedly, and I was like bent over, and my back hurt, and we would just stop, and I was like, Cordy, can we please go to bed?
Well, the part of the problem too on one of those flights is like they gave her that little bed.
That ridiculous shit. Have you? Okay, so
she would be asleep, and then there would be some turbulence, and the flight attendant came around and was like, "Oh, you have to take her out," and we're like, are you effing serious?
I just want to say this to people if they've ever seen this. So, like, when you look at the more front rows in a section, not in business class, but in like economy class on international flights, like a 787, they have on the wall, it looks like a little platter. You know what I mean? That can like lay down, right? It's got these little things holding it up, and apparently it's a kid platter. You can put your infant on there and you strap them in. But yeah, every time you hit some level of turbulence, you have to pull them off.
Yeah, like whenever the seatbelt sign comes on.
Back into their secondary seatbelt that straps to your seatbelt. So multiple times she finally fell asleep, and they would just come by and wake her up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Or that one time she fell asleep like on the floor, and they were like, she can't be on the floor. And I was like, please, mercy.
And she was so happy, and they were like, she can't be there. And I was like, I hate you, British Airways. Again, I hate you. You know,
oh my God.
Just terrible. So yeah, that night, that whole like up till 5 a.m. And then the next day I was just like rocking off like 2.5, 3 hours of sleep. And I'm like, this is going to get us out of it. But I feel like it's just lingered so badly.
Yeah, it's just lingered. It's like, it's lingered.
It's gone into Northern Ireland, which we'll talk about later.
Now the problem is that the toddler is waking up at 6 a.m. and still not going to bed until 10 or 11 at night. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't handle it.
She's like, I have reduced my sleep. And then so then of course then like, when you do that, your body switches, then she's like, she needs 12 hours of sleep, 14 hours of sleep. So she's just cranky. And I'm not blaming her. It's just we've reached some kind of a phase that needs some. I'm like Googling the other day, like, what do you do to help children, transfer over? And it's all the same shit. Set up a structure as much as possible. Change the lighting conditions. Make sure you have a strong routine. I was like, who writes this shit? People that don't have children write this. This is like the other day when I was angry because it was like the joke about like middle-aged men making decisions about women's bodies.
Yeah.
Like, you're not them.
Yes.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
You don't live that. It's such a like I get maybe people, again, your 3 listeners have kids that just like listen and sleep.
I know.
It just doesn't work that way.
I know. Whenever I hear from people who are like, oh, their kids just sleep, I'm like, oh God, that must be nice.
I just got a text, I was texting back and forth with a family member, and they were talking about a new grandchild, and they're like, oh yeah, he's now sleeping from like 7 to 6 every day.
Yeah, like, let's see how long that lasts, okay? See how long that lasts.
Dude. Really? No. Oh, every day, just like clockwork. And I'm like, come on, man. I'm happy for them. I honestly am. But I'm also envious and angry and jealous and frustrated.
I mean, I think it's the strong sense of the strong genetics of ADHD that run through my side. God, our oldest also, we like the part of the problem too is that we use melatonin.
Oh, we should talk
on
about
advice,
this.
Advice from a medical provider. Okay, like there is some research that ADHD. There's like it's harder for kids or like people with ADHD or whatever to like situation with melatonin. I don't know. This is outside of my area of expertise, to be honest. So I'm not gonna like talk out my ass, but So we were using a trial dose of melatonin, which we ran out of right during the week when we were in London, like several days after landing. And which we did not realize, melatonin is a controlled substance.
In the UK.
In the UK, so you cannot get it without a prescription. So we're fucked.
Your child a controlled substance?
I mean, it's not a control. I mean, it's like a prescription drug here.
It's a naturally occurring element in your body. Like, I'm not giving her... Do you know what I mean? Like, opium is a controlled substance. Like, we're not giving her... Oh, you know,
okay.
I love to give
controlled
my daughter,
substance was the wrong word.
I dumped my daughter
prescription.
I usually give her benzos, but we ran out of benzos, so now I didn't know what to do. Like, controlled substance, I think is the wrong word.
Let me fly back to Mexico, where they were trying to give us ADHD meds that were twice her current dose.
Which we turned down because we needed more of her ADHD medication because we can't get... I think this is kind of part of the problem of, like, traveling. Is like, you're trying to replicate things that you have consistently, and certain things you can get over, like food. When it comes to, like, medication specifics, we're still kind of up shit's creek for that one because we have to get that ADHD medication at some point here.
Yeah.
We only found tablets that were not even or helpful, which I was really hoping to do, although you can get some decent ADHD medication in Mexico.
Yeah, you want to ship to the U.S.? We have a phone number for you.
Everybody has.
They were like giving out pamphlets. Like,
they were giving those little, like, you know, when you like rip those little pieces of paper off of a telephone pole when you want to work as a guitar teacher, you know, like that's what they were giving out.
No, like they're like, oh, you're American. Let me pull this pamphlet out. Let me show you the pamphlet. Look, you can buy Viagra. You can buy ADHD medicine.
They were selling me so hard on like two things. It was like the get your body physique and Viagra. So I was like, what are they selling you on? I was like, this is sexist as hell. You think I want to look good and be hard all the time? Well, you're right. Sign me up, bitch.
Shipped to the USA.
But the shipping, like the card they gave me, and this drives me nuts when any business does this, but I get this. It's like they just used a regular Gmail. It was like arnies17@gmail.com. I was like, what the shit? You want to send my money in order to some Gmail address? Like, that kind of stuff drives me insane.
Oh my God.
I don't know. That happens all the time in the US too. I'm just like, can you just pay the $6 a month and get yourself a domain where you actually own your own email? Yeah. Because if you don't own your email.
Yeah.
You jackass. Anyway, not the point. Why are we... Okay, we're down.
I know, I was just saying that melatonin is also part of the problem.
Okay, was the reason they're not sleeping.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, we had to hit this because we're like still suffering with it. But
I know. Sorry for spending almost 20 minutes talking about this.
3 people are not even going to listen right now. They're just like, oh, I was just zoning out. I had it on while I was like hanging out with my kids and doing something else.
Doing
and I was
laundry.
Like, paying attention.
Cleaning the dishes.
Cleaning the dishes. Telling my kids to stop it. Oh my gosh. So the second day, which was really nice, and we were really looking forward to doing this, another Boundless family was in London because they were selling their house because they were moving to Portugal. We were with them in Sintra, and they met up with us. You met up with them for the day. I was working, and so was another family member of theirs. And so you could talk about that part, and then we can get to the dinner, because I want to talk about the dinner because it was like my first... Other than the place in the Docklands, it was like my first like London dinner. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I won't spend too much time on it, but we went to, there was like a pop-up sort of Lego, I don't know, situation near the Serpentine Gallery in Hyde Park, and so we went to the like, I'm probably saying all of this wrong, but Serpentine Galleries, something they have like something that's put up every summer. By an artist, and so we went there first, and that was really cool. It's just like an outdoor structure with like a tree planted in the middle. It was just nice. And right next to it was this Lego structure where the kids could go inside and they could build on the walls and build on little tables all over the place, and then there was stairs up into like almost a second floor, and then you could take a slide out, and then the kids could just like keep running around and around. So that's what they were doing. And so they also were giving out free Legos, which like packs of Legos, which is pretty cool. So it was totally worth going to. Our kids loved it. Their kid loved it. And then we jumped on a double-decker bus, which of course, like we got on the second floor, and that also the kids loved. And we headed over to M&M World and Legoland or whatever, those two stores.
I think they're just the stores.
They're just the stores.
They're just the M&M store and the Lego store, right?
Yes.
By the way, earlier you said there was a Lego situation. That could have gone a lot of different ways.
I don't know what it was called. It was just like a Lego structure in Hyde Park.
I want them to listen, Lego. I know you're listening. Can you please call something the Lego situation? Like, I would really appreciate that. It's so mysterious. You just don't know what's going to happen.
I probably should have looked up the names of all this stuff ahead of time.
No. Leave it this way. We have botched and or forgotten so many names or said something was good in complete vagary.
I know.
It was wonderful.
I know. So on your next trip, you can go to the Lego situation.
Excuse me, sir. Where's the Lego situation? Oh, you just get on the train and you just don't stop. Just keep going until
just
you get
wander
somewhere.
Around Hyde
Just
Park.
wander London until you find it. Excuse me. You find the Lego situation.
I will say that, like, when we got to those two other stores, if I never go back again, I will be happy. Those two stores were so packed with people.
But you
overpriced.
Knew that. You knew that going in, though.
No, I've never been there.
Here's how you knew. There was a line with a queue set up with poles on the exterior to get in.
Okay, yeah, for the Lego store, but not the
M&M
store.
That wasn't the M&M store?
No.
When I met you and got to you were in a line to get in the Lego store, I was like, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah.
If they're holding a certain amount of people to get in, you have an issue. Here, do M&M, and I need to tell you what happened in the line. The heartlessness that I saw of these the queue people in London. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the only thing I'll say about the M&M store is that our friends that we met up with, they were like, we're not going to get anything for our son. He told him ahead of time. Mm-hmm. They're not really like big sugar people. Totally fine. Cordy asked if she could get something. I'm a big pushover. I was like, sure. So I didn't even realize that there was like this, like, we're not getting anything, or I would have probably held the line with Cordy.
Also, your oldest does not like M&Ms.
Oh, yeah, she did.
So with the fact that you got that, I'm angry. And of course, exactly what would have happened if you had told me happened.
Well, he was like, oh, Cordy, since you're allowed to get something, do you want this? Do you want this? You should get this. You should get this. So he was dragging her all over the store, being like, what do you want? What do you want? You should get this, get this, get this. And so
all of which falls on your shoulders. Your responsibility.
Listen.
So you cause distress in another family's boundaries, in a kid's situation, our own child that would just buy anything because it gives her a dopamine dose, and then who ends up eating them all? Our 2-year-old.
She did.
Just stuffing M&Ms in her face until you take them away, and then she screams like she's going to die.
I know, she threw them on the floor and ate them off the dirty floor in the Lego store.
Oh
so
my God,
gross.
she's picking up these little bitty M&Ms off the floor, and it's so crowded. I can barely get to her to stop her before she's grabbing them and eating them again.
Listen, I would not advocate for anyone going to either of those stores. Unless you're like obsessed. But even if you really like both of those stores, it was so crowded and so overwhelming. Maybe in different times of year, it would be different.
We were told by our friends who live in London that summer is nuts. This is what summer is like.
Yeah, it is touristy
season. And it really
season.
Was. I will say this, because I didn't get to the M&M store, so I couldn't tell you if that was cool or not. I will tell you, funnily enough, before this all happened and you guys went, I told Cordy, I was like, hey, there's a humongous M&M store in London. And she goes, I don't really like M&M, so I don't want to go. Yeah. That's what she told me. So I just want to give you that
well, I think it was more because her friend was excited to go. Yeah.
So I show up, you're in this queue, which is long, which is like a line you would sign up for at a roller coaster at a water park. And it's lined up. And so I get into the line, and you left with our friends. I can't remember where you left the line. You guys left.
I don't remember.
Okay, so you two left the line. I don't remember why, but I was holding the line at one point. Oh,
because we were getting the kids, because the kids were over watching a magic street show or something.
So I'm in the line, okay, and a kid in front of me who looked like he was a teenager was waving his parents in. Mm-hmm. And one of the Lego employees was like, oh no, you can't do that. And he's like, it's my parents. He goes, it doesn't matter. They didn't wait in the queue.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in the queue. He's like, I get that, but your parents weren't in the queue, so they cannot get in the queue. And the kid's like, it's my parents.
Yeah.
I'm going into a store. And he's like, they can't come. And I'm like, and here you two come prancing along with 2 other kids. And luckily that employee turns his back and you just slid into the line. But I'm like, how serious is this? You can't let a kid's parents in? I mean, the employee looked like he just didn't believe this kid.
Yeah.
Like he was just going to wave over a couple of random pedos that come into the line.
Ew, stop. Don't use that word. Stop it. No, don't. Stop that. You're not Ricky Gervais.
I'm just saying that what did you think? You think he was lying about his... I could see his friends.
Yeah.
Him having a hard time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this store, if it wasn't insane, was very cool. They were 3D printed pieces for people, like custom pieces. They had humongous displays made out of Legos. They had all kinds of custom stuff going on. I mean, again, it was too crowded to enjoy it. But I think if you were a Lego fanatic, you would definitely want to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, but all that being said, we went from there and had an amazing dinner.
Well, we couldn't get to the place they initially wanted to go to, which I can't imagine what that would have been, because we talked about...
Yeah, it was like a 40-minute wait.
We went down one way, it was a 40-minute wait, and then we went back over to Chinatown.
Yeah.
And basically on the fringe of Chinatown, I don't even think they meant to go there. They just looked at the restaurant and said, oh, look, it's Malaysian and Singaporean food, let's go here.
Yeah.
And so we go in. I didn't realize this, and they said this, which is like, when you're in London, and probably a lot of people know this, is like, you want to go downstairs. Because almost every single place has some kind of a basement system, which I'm sure there's some historical value to that. But again, this is trips and giggles. This isn't trips and like historical accuracy or trips and
until we take our walking
accuracy.
Tour, we won't be able to give you any history
again,
on anything
it's like we're not doing the research for this to make this happen. Anyway, for some reason, many places have this downstairs. So we went to this downstairs. It was awesome. It was completely open, and we got this cool booth that was like built into the wall.
Yeah,
it was like
awesome.
A private booth for us. And the food,
which also like held the kids in place, which is nice.
It blocked everyone in, so there was like we held the outside, and the kids couldn't get out.
Yeah.
So it's just how you want it. You want your kids locked up. It's really nice.
Exactly. They can't destroy the place.
But the food was fantastic.
So good. Really
good.
good.
And our children ate it.
Yeah. I was surprised. I did not think they were going to eat.
Loved it. I mean, it was really chicken and rice, but it had like some kind of sauce or
it
was in some sauce. It was recommended, but I mean, mine was phenomenal. The duck that our friend had was amazing. I mean, everything I had was so good. Like, it was just, I was like, oh my gosh, where was this?
I know.
So just, not that everything was a home run in London, but like that place I felt was just
delicious,
off the charts.
Yeah, absolutely cool.
Probably the best meal I had. I don't know. I'm trying to go through it all and figure it out, but
yeah,
that was a great choice.
And they were so cool. And actually, as we were hanging out, what was funny is that I was like, oh, what's the rest of your week looks like? And they're like, we're packing, we're leaving in a couple days. Oh, but our son is doing this class that is a graffiti art class where you literally like go to this place and they teach you how to use spray paint and like do graffiti art. Awesome. And I was like, this is so cool. I've never heard of something like this anywhere else. And our friend was like, I bet you they still have openings in the class. Like, do you want me to see if there's an opening? I said, well, like, just send me the link. I'll look it up. I looked it up. They did have an opening for the very next day. Mm-hmm. So I asked Cordy if she wanted to do it. She said yes. And we went to South London, which I've never been to before. And it was, it's definitely less upscale, I would say. It felt a little bit more like residential, and there was like a university there. And, like just, it was a little quieter, lots of trees, like all kinds of stuff. A little grittier, but that was okay. And in the middle of all this, we get off the train, we walk like 10 minutes. There's this giant playground. And it's not your typical playground. It's like all of the structures are made of wood. And they're like, I don't even know how to describe it. There's like tire swings. There's a a zip line. There's like I don't know, like there. I have pictures of it. I'll post somewhere, but it.
That word that starts with
I'm not going to say anymore. But in the middle of it, they built a structure that the kids could spray paint on. And so they started off with like doing like drawing inside like this sort of like play structure on a piece of paper that looked like a wall, right? So that they could practice like doing wording and all this, like whatever they wanted their design to look like. And then after that, they got like glasses, you know, and masks and things like that to kind of, you know, protect themselves from the spray paint. And they were out there for like 4 hours spray painting, and it was super cool. I just like, Cordy loved it. That they didn't just do the wall, they also got like a vinyl that they spray painted. I unfortunately lost that somewhere along the way, like on a train or something, but I'm sure we could try and replicate this at home. But they did lots of like really cool artwork stuff, and it was and the play they, you know, and the best part I think is that when they got bored or tired, they could go and like sprint around on this playground. And so it was like the best of both worlds. It was super cool. It was a great experience.
Going back to our early point of conversation, first of all, I didn't think she'd be into it for 5 hours, so that was cool as hell.
Yeah.
And secondly is like, clearly you've told the story of her expending lots of energy at 2 different events, which still did not help with the sleep situation.
No.
Right?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Which is funny because it's like sometimes like I don't think she can sleep because they can sleep because we do too much, right? Like,
yeah.
Or we sit around too much, or in the car, or we're like traveling.
Watch too much TV or something.
Or we're just not at the level that you need to run around. Like we don't do as much physical play because we're tired all the time.
Yeah.
Because we're old.
Yes.
But she's doing physical play and not falling asleep.
And still not falling asleep.
It's still not falling asleep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're in London, you should totally check this out. I'm going to actually look up the name of this place because I really feel like if
it's one of those situations where you talk about something. I mean, I've got to believe that if people type in or search in a AI search engine or some search point to say graffiti art kids class, what's the competition on that?
It's
South
called
London?
the Urban Artist Academy. The Urban Artist. It was so cool. Totally go.
I'm just glad you found that.
Yes.
Had enough time to actually talk about it.
In Champion Hill, London.
Champion Hill. It's the Hill of Champions.
The Hill of Champions.
How are we doing here? Can we keep going?
We can keep going.
I think we should keep going.
Let's do it.
We're trying to hit 5 days and do it in a row. We did so. I mean, I had to work a decent amount. I actually told you in reminiscing, I felt a little bit sad that I did work so much, which I just, unfortunately, that's where I am in career-wise right now. I'm not able to. But there were points where you had to work.
Yes.
And I was convinced to go on a gondola ride, which, I mean, you know why that's funny. I'm not really a heights fan.
Oh, yeah.
I struggle with it.
I was like surprised you did that.
For example, today we went up into our oldest wanted to go to an observation deck, which I went to, and I just was having like severe anxiety while I was there. Like I had to stay about 8 feet away from the class. I feel like it's getting worse as I'm getting older, but anyway, you got to get through it. So I'm trying more to do this whole like, it's not going to kill you. I'm not going to die, and kind of embrace it situation. Yeah. So I did have a little bit of a figure it out. I had the 2 with me, and of course there was a whole process of like getting tickets or using our Oyster card, which I screwed up because you bought the unlimited Oyster cards, which I would have known if I actually looked at the statement of how much those cost. Anyway, we ran into some issues where we bought one for our 10-year-old, but realized we didn't need to buy one for our 10-year-old.
No, she's 8, but you didn't need them for 10 and
under.
Oh,
10 and under, that's right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I haven't slept, so I appreciate you. Listen,
how old is our daughter again?
I don't know. She's old enough to make it to a Lego situation. That's all I know.
Today she was like, and when I'm 10, can I get an iPhone? And I'm like, no, you cannot.
This comes up all the time. It's different ages.
How about when I'm 13?
She throws it at me. She's like, when I'm 17, I'm going to get a phone. I'm like, that seems fair. But it changes all the time, right? Yeah. It's the concept of the time. So we go to get tickets, and I was convinced to actually pay for these, which ended up being a waste of time. Anyway, they were very good. It was hard to corral a 2-year-old as there was a line, as you can imagine. But we dove in this thing, and it went over, I should probably know what river it was that went over top, but to me it went way too high. Like, it was unnecessary. Like, there was no boat that was ever going to go 560 feet in the air. There was no reason for it to be as high.
Maybe they were doing that so you could see further. Like, it was sort of a observation
that's so
thing.
So lovely. I'm so glad we could observe so much more in the situation.
Yeah.
No, it was too high. It was unnecessary. It did not need to be done. And of course, it like goes through those areas where like there's rollers where the poles are, and it's like and you like shake back and forth a little bit. I think 2/3 of us had a great time. I was like, Cordy's like, Daddy, I'm having fun. Let's take pictures. I'm like, yes, we're having fun. Let's take some pictures. Can we get back on solid ground? That'd be great. But the part that I got to say about that day, which is good, and I think we're the parents that I don't want to be as screen oriented, and we keep ending up doing this. After the gondola ride, we spent 2 hours outside doing nothing. So our oldest, who is 8, chased pigeons for 2 hours, while our youngest played with pebbles for 2 hours. I did watch. She didn't eat any.
Thank God.
But she was playing with them. I mean, for hours.
Yeah.
I just sat on a bench and just watched these two playing with pebbles and chasing pigeons. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think it's just nice to have that stuff. I think the thing about London is there was so much to do. There were places to go. There were things that were new. And that was
I know
super
Cordy
nice.
has asked multiple times if we can go back to London. She loved it.
Well, of course she loved it. You know why she loved it? She loved it because we went on a Peppa Pig bus tour. That's why she loved it.
I think she loved it for lots of reasons, because there was like lots of things that we looked at to do, but we didn't get a chance to do it. But the kids absolutely loved the Peppa bus tour, whatever. The Peppa Pig tea. I wasn't sure if this. I thought it was going to be overpriced. It was overpriced, and like overpromised. Both of our kids loved it.
They loved it, but okay. I was so confused because I thought this was a train. It's because you sent me a TikTok with 5 separate teas, and I thought it was a train because I was like, who in their right mind, as you're driving through London in a bus? So think about shaking, shimmying, turning. You're going to have tea, high tea, in a bus.
Weaving in and out of traffic.
You're moving around traffic. You're slamming on the brakes, and you're going to have some crumpets and some tea?
Yeah.
Are you insane?
Do. Yes, you do. But it is in a plastic cup with a lid, which kind of takes away from the experience of the tea, to be honest.
But they did a good job because, think about that. What are they going to have, regular glass china on there?
Yeah, you can't.
For your 3-year-old?
Yeah. It worked out very well.
They clearly knew they were on a bus. They put in major cup holders. They had a serious top. They gave you the cups. But this thing was decked out. The interior paint job was off the charts. There were screens at every single table.
Yeah, that sort of told a story of where we were going, and Peppa Pig and her family had little mini episodes at each of the locations that we were passing by. So the kid, it wasn't like a tour guide being and this is blah, 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 blah. It was Peppa Pig and her family visiting it. And so all the kids were actually paying attention.
Yeah. So this is smart. Any place that does this is super smart. And you know this, right? Your kids get to the restaurant, they have nothing to do, and you try as fast as you possibly can to get food on the table for them.
Yeah.
They had the food already there.
Yes.
So the moment you get on the bus, which there was quite a wait for that to happen, but once you got on it, the food was already there. So they could just start chowing.
And both of our kids were double fisting
different
cake
things.
And cookies and hummus.
Our youngest was eating hummus like it was going to go away. She needed to get this now. It was the last harvest of hummus. It needed to be done right now. And then, of course, our oldest was after every single cookie.
Ate every single cookie.
Every sweet that was on the damn thing. So sweet and savory kind of went back and forth there. But they had tea, they drank tea.
I didn't think the youngest would make it through a 90-minute bus trip, and she did with no problem. I was shocked.
She could have stayed longer. She was angry because the short scenes for Peppa Pig would go off and just show the map, and she was angry.
Yeah, well,
more screens.
When commercials come on, because they're not used to commercials, she'll go,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And she'll keep
and then
saying
you're
this
like,
over
uh-oh.
and over
I'm like,
again.
Neg, I cannot change it. It is a commercial. And then so if Peppa Pig would turn off and she'd go, uh-oh. I'm like, I have no control.
Fix it, mommy. Fix it.
But in between, the people on the bus also were very nice. But they did things like they sang Wheels on the Bus, and then they got all the kids to sing Wheels on the Bus, and then they did like a little trivia thing. And so they did these sort of interactive things that I think kept the kids also entertained, which I was like, this is really well thought out.
I mean, I was also entertained because I was kind of putting bets for myself on whether or not the wait staff would literally fall over because they were hanging on as they were like holding stuff.
I know, they're like trying to get like tea together, and the bus is like would swerve one way.
And they'd grab something and hang on. Actually, at one point, this guy came from upstairs with more food, being like, oh, people did not show up for this. You want this. And he's holding this giant tray. And I'm like, this is going in someone's face.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that this guy's going to hang on this thing as we're ripping through London.
I think we enjoyed it because we also drank like a bottle of champagne.
Well, I purposely was like, when you went to the order and they're like, you can choose champagne, I'm like, for a Peppa Pig tour, yeah, I'll have the full bottle.
I think we were the only ones.
We were
the only ones.
We were the only family that had alcohol. And I was like, I don't give a shit. And I'm like drinking it. I'm like, this is great.
They're like, can we do anything more? Yes, bring more of that, please.
Yeah, I was like,
bring more of that bubbly.
I was like, more bubbly, please, immediately. Because they took the bottle away because they can't leave it on the table. And we're like, more, please. We ordered the bottle. Bring it back.
Keep it coming.
Fill her up. Sorry, that's an Uncle Frank reference from Home Alone again.
Oh my
gosh. Yeah, I mean, did I enjoy it? No. Did the kids love it and it was entertaining? Very much so.
I think you were getting car sick.
Pretty heavily because I was facing the opposite direction, and I've always had issues with car sickness. When we switched sides, I felt so much better. But when I was facing the opposite direction the bus was driving, I was struggling.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing we were thinking on this trip with 3 giant suitcases, 2 small suitcases, and a baby bed and mattress was
how can
we accumulate more shit? Like, how could we get more shit on this trip? So I knew this in advance. We had talked about it, was that we were going to get a stroller and potentially a car seat because we're going to rent this car in Northern Ireland for a month, which I'm still angry about generally because I don't want to rent a car when we're in Europe, like ever. Yeah. I want to take trains, I want to take public transportation just because we live in such a car culture. But, to get to Portrush, it's not easy. I mean, they have a train, but it's not an easy system, and we had a lot of suitcases.
Right.
So we went to John Lewis department store to look at car seats and strollers.
Yes. And it was a great experience. They were very nice. We had lots of choices of things to choose from.
The selection was fantastic. The demo selection at this department store was mind-blowing.
We were talking about this. I know that there is a lot of online stuff. And I think if I had gone online shopping, we would have chosen a very different stroller than we ended up choosing.
Definitely.
It was actually nice to be able to try some stuff all out and be like, oh, this works better for us.
We put our youngest in the stroller and rolled her around.
Yeah.
So she actually gave expressions on what she thought of the different
she like also told us which one she
super opinionated. I mean, she knows what she wants straight up. So like between us and her, I mean, we all came to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
I mean, all of us liked the same one, which I didn't think we'd end up with.
Mm-hmm.
And we loved it. And we're like, let's make this happen.
Yeah.
And so then we looked at car seats, right? And found the one that we had in Portugal, which was great.
Yeah. A more updated version.
A more updated version of that.
It's like a travel one.
Something that folds in. Same thing. So both can actually fold into overhead compartments. So you can bring them both on the plane, which was like, we wanted something that was so not one of those giant things. It's just something that we can fold up. So we'll use it on our travel adventures. But anyway, I had asked the associate we were working with, who was awesome, like, hey, how do I get this? Because it was Thursday and we were leaving Saturday. So I was like, can you, how
is it in stock?
Do you have this here? And she goes, we don't have anything here, but you can click and collect and pick it up by tomorrow. And I was like, oh, she's like, where are you? I'm at London Docklands. She's like, oh, we have a John Lewis in Canary Wharf. I was like, perfect. It's one stop away. I just have to drag 2 boxes onto the train. They have handles on them. I was like, this is no problem. So cool. So I take the girls, and Megan goes in to deal with the documentation and process, and we go walking around and playing on beds and doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah, so we go in there, and she was like, oh, well, you can have it also delivered to a post office. And I was like, it's fine. I mean, like, Canary Wharf is close, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, but look at this post office. Like, she asked me where we were staying. She looked it up. She was like, look, this post office is right next door to your hotel. Are you sure you don't want to do that? And I was like, well, maybe that would be easier for you to be able to walk instead of having to, like, get on the train and go all the blah, 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 all the way, even though it wasn't that far. So I go, she assured me that this was a good option. Easy peasy, right next door. Okay.
Oh, man.
And then so I go, fine. We, ordered it, put that in. We're watching the next day. I'm like getting alerts that things have, are in transit. And one thing, like the bar that goes across.
Well, we do go backwards. You're in something where we can't communicate with each other.
Oh yeah, because I was giving like a live presentation.
You're giving a live talk, so I know I'm just going to go to this post office at some point, assuming it's going to be there. You are out of communication at that point.
Right, but until I went into my live webinar thing. I do education for an awesome organization called Can Do MS. If you have MS, you should go to their programs. But anyway, it's a live presentation. I can't talk to you, right? I'm giving a live presentation. And at that point, only one thing said it had been delivered, but also the post office is closing. So you just, in the middle of a rainstorm.
Well, here, like we were like trying to figure out the timing of when to go, right?
Yeah.
And I will say, at lunchtime, it was really nice. It was sunny.
Beautiful, yeah.
It was super nice. So our oldest is wearing a like tank top jumper. I've got shorts and a t-shirt on the other one.
Yeah.
And I'm the only one wearing a jacket because like I just really love jackets from Fiore. Are we just plugging companies at this point?
Nobody has paid us. This is just truly what we like.
I just love their jackets, so I'm just like, it's just comfortable.
Clearly,
it's
nobody's
just really
paid
good
us.
material. No one's paying me shit. I just love their stuff. I would do this
I
stuff
know.
for free. Anyway, point is I'm wearing a jacket just because I wear this jacket all the time. It's ridiculous. So I'm like, we gotta go. I was like, it's getting close to closing time. We have to go over there. It was like 4. I don't know what time it was, but we had to go over. I was waiting to kind of hear from you because you were reading the shipping updates. So you sent me the tracking numbers.
Yeah.
And this is on me. I neglected to, because I had the girls all day, we were out. We were not I didn't want to come back to the hotel room because then we get stuck there. So we were already out for the day. And I was like, when we came back to the train station on the Elizabeth line, I was like, let's just walk to the post office from here.
Yeah.
So of course we get out and it is cold, it is windy, and it's raining. I think I just forgot what the UK is like. Like I screwed up. Like I realized that it could be really nice one moment and then cold and windy and rainy the next.
Yeah.
So I took my jacket off and I gave it to our oldest. I actually did run back and grab our umbrella because it was so bad. Like we walked halfway to the post office and then went back to get rain jackets and rain stuff because it was so cold. So then we go through and we're walking through in the rain because I couldn't cover all of us as we're in the rain. And we had to go through this meandering route that was really seedy. I mean, it just got like ugly neighborhoods.
It wasn't quite
quick.
Next door, is what
it
you're
was
saying.
Not next. Nothing was next door. There was nothing next door. It's like, this is a train station you should not get off on. Like, it was a really nice train, but it's like there's no reason at this like stop to get off it. So we're winding through this weird route, back through neighborhoods, graffiti playground, like just dirt alleys.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I get into this opening where it's like a strip mall, a shitty strip mall, and I look up and it says post office up stop, and we walk into this line, and maybe I just don't understand other cultures, and again, this is me being naive, but like the entire right side wall was like sodas, and the entire left side wall was liquor. And then there was like one tiny window in the back where everyone was lined up to for the post office. And I was like, so the post office is a liquor store? Like, I'm all about efficiency. And I know that the post office makes me want to drink. But, like, I don't quite understand what was happening here.
Especially the one right near the old daycare.
Oh, my God. That should have had alcohol in it. Those people just were like, F you. They didn't care about anybody. They didn't talk to you when you came in. What? The hello is what? You know,
what are you doing
here? You inconvenience them the moment you walk
in.
How dare you come to me in my place of work and ask me to do my job, you asshole. Like, that was the whole demeanor. Anyway, so I get through this. This line is long. I have the baby. She's up, not happy. Cordy's there, so I'm like kind of dealing with both. I finally get to the desk after like 15 minutes of waiting. It's like 5 o'clock at this point, and we're freaking cold. And I'm like, okay, hey, I said I have these tracking numbers. He's like, okay, give me a name. I go, do you want to see the tracking numbers? He goes, no, just give me the name. I was like, I gave him the name, and he's like, goes back for a little bit, and he comes back with this tiny little package. I'm like, the size of my forearm kind of package, and I'm like, I'm looking for a stroller and a car seat. And he's like, we don't have those. I'm like, what do you don't have those? And he's like, we don't have any packages that size. I'm like, okay. I'm like, did they come?
Yeah.
He's like, no, if they came, they'd be here. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. He's like, if we had something that size, I would have remembered it. And I was like, okay. And I was angry. I was pissed. So, of course, I grabbed the thing. I left. I walked back in the cold. And on the way back, I'm just super angry. So I put the codes in because we actually stopped at a playground on the way back. And I put it into the tracking. And sure enough, it says that the packages were rejected by the receiving agent.
Oh, my God.
It doesn't say why, but it says that post office rejected the packages. So they rejected it, but couldn't tell me that he rejected it.
No, if I had seen them, I would have remembered.
If you had seen them, you remembered. Clearly, you didn't see them, or you're just an asshole, one or the other. But apparently, what we came to find out later was that certain post offices just don't accept larger packages.
Yeah.
Which, if you had known that, you would not have told them.
And I was very much, planning on having it sent to the other department store.
That was our pause because we heard a cry. You should have seen our oldest in my hoodie. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. Buy me less papes. On the way home. But I was so mad because then here we are. We were trying to have this stuff for Saturday so we wouldn't have to rent a piece of shit
car seat.
Yeah.
It was mainly the car seat I was mad about.
I wanted the stroller too because it was really nice to have the stroller because it helps our youngest sleep.
Yeah, and she really also was not wanting to use the
she was tired
carrier
of the carrier.
anymore.
She was just getting tired of it and she's rejecting it and biting and scratching the hell out of you.
Yeah.
But I was so mad, for an hour I couldn't get over my anger at the situation of that combination of errors and the fact that we were going to have to rent a seat, which we eventually had to drive back to Belfast, which we did today.
Yeah.
Excuse me, to drop the other seat off.
When these finally got delivered to us.
Meanwhile, I contacted John Lewis. I'm not trying to bash them. I don't think it's really their fault.
Yeah, I don't think they really... The lady was trying to help. She was trying to help.
It's not their fault. She was honestly trying to help. She would not know that something that's considered a royal post office would be a shady liquor store that refuses packages over the size of a thimble. That's not her problem. It's not her fault. It was just, I was upset at the situation, and so I had to contact John Lewis, and they were very good about it, and they resent the packages, but it took 5 days to get here, and it didn't come till Thursday. So anyway, that was the fun story.
Yeah.
It was just a shit show, and the girls were freezing, and I was just cursing the entire walk. Why didn't you just go to the damn John Lewis? And of course, later that night, you were still in your thing. We went back to Canary Wharf to get dinner.
Yeah.
At Wagamama?
Sure. Wagamama.
Wagga something. Which, by the way, super good place that was amazing about allergies.
Oh, yeah. Every single place in London was asking about allergies and almost being more careful about it than we will be.
Beyond what we actually are. which I'll come back to the story. I was going to tell the story of like, well, basically on the way to Wagamama, where I passed the John Lewis in Canary Wharf, and I'm like, damn you, like flipping out, waving my fist in the air, and our children are like, what's wrong with you, Dad? Which is pretty much their life. But we go to this place and we get in. It's like an Asian fusion place. And the moment I said, they go, do you have any allergies? And I go, oh, my daughter has an allergy to eggs. And she's like, I have to get my manager. I was like, what do you mean you have to get your manager? I was like, I'm thirsty. Can I get a freaking water? Like, stop it. She goes, no. Like, she had like fear in her eyes. Like, it looked like she was like, no, I cannot talk to you. Like, the moment I said allergy, she was like already turning her body to run away. Yeah. Like, I cannot help you.
Like there were people when we said like, oh, it's like she gets a little bit of a skin irritation when she eats eggs. Like they would refuse, like no longer serve you anything.
No, they're gone. I
no, you cannot have that thing. That pizza because it was cooked with some
they stop. I swear it's almost like you go into a bank with a gun and somebody hits the button underneath the counter and some silent alert goes off in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Table 4, serve them nothing.
And like we can't guarantee that there's not going to be any. I'm like it's fine. Like it's not like it's very kind. It is good. It's very good for especially for people who have severe allergies.
Because there's some people that have severe like anaphylaxis with certain things. I remember working with a kid years ago that had like severe reaction to dairy, like life-threatening level. Yeah. Insane, right? Like that. And so that needed to be that care, but like people didn't treat it that way. But the UK does, or at least anyway, the manager really came over, handled the process, talked us through it, did the whole thing, and had these like uber good kids meals with so far UK in general has been amazing with kids meals. Yeah. Like they have a whole subset of kids meals. They're usually well priced, and they are straight up kids meals. Separation, white rice, chicken, simple things, cucumbers, carrots. Anyways, the girls are just eating rice nonstop and
naan. They've gotten into naan.
But anyway, I had a really nice dinner at this place as well while you were still doing your thing, and I was like, this was really nice.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Sorry, I missed it.
We had a good dinner. I mean, our youngest, she only ate 2 crayons. She usually eats 3 or 4, and she ate 2. God. She bit the heads off before I could stop her. She had, the little bits of crayon in her teeth.
Oh, God.
I was like, I'm going to get that crayon out of your teeth. Because by the time I catch her, she always eats crayon. She eats everything. I mean,
it's actually starting to terrify. The other day I turned around and she had an entire half of a plastic lemon in her mouth and was gagging on it. And I'm like, that's the thing that scares me. And so then I went around the house like getting everything that was like possibly small enough for her to fit in her mouth and like putting it away.
You pulled a rock out of her mouth the other day.
It scares me. Today I had to unplug things because she was trying to grab electric the plugs and putting them in her mouth.
Yeah, she had my
oh my God. Like what? Courtney did not do this.
She had my Apple Watch charger and my Apple chargers, and she was trying to lick and eat the chargers. And so this is the nice part about the UK is you can flip the switch. You don't need to unplug it. You just turn the off switch. It shuts the power down. So then she can happily lick all of my chargers, which I'm sure will work just fine tonight after her spit got all over them.
Oh my God. It just terrifies me. We have to... Anyway. So, yeah, I would say generally we had a great time in London. It was like more of a vacation than it was living, but it was great to be back. I haven't been to London in, 12 years.
It was nice to stay in a new space. I mean, there was definitely, I really, like the Elizabeth line was so beautiful. And then we went up to like one of the northern lines. It was like the 1980s, hot, shaking, like squealing trains. And I was like, oh, that's what I remember. I was like, what's with these nice air-conditioned trains that they have now? These fancy new ones. So it was interesting to see the different lines having ages and how they were. So I would have liked to have, I know there's stuff we talked about. I would have loved to do a show, but we got a 2-year-old. How are you going to do that? Yeah. We only went to Indian one time, and it was good, but it was very different. It was an odd, kind of
it was modern. It was a fancy
kind of modern place.
But it was very good.
It was super good, but it was just, wasn't really the traditional we were looking for, for like traditional Indian. I'm nuts for Indian food. I would eat it all the time. And London's some of the best I've ever had. But like in this case, it's like we didn't get to go to the place that we went to 9 years ago.
Oh yeah, there was a place we went to like 9 years ago that was so.
It was awesome.
Good.
We went back multiple times, and of course now we can't plug them. But you wanted to go, and it was on the other side of London because we stayed on the opposite side.
Yeah.
We
also heard that London has the best Thai food outside of Thailand. That's what one of our friends told us, who is from Thailand, and. We didn't really get a chance to like.
We ended up at that. That place was cool as shit. We don't remember what that was it? Remember the food? Mm-hmm. We went to some kind of like a random food hall, which had like 2 stories and like food everywhere. And we did have Thai there, and I had a really good massaman curry.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fantastic. You weren't real hungry.
No, I wasn't, because we had like a really big lunch. I don't remember what we had eaten, but I wasn't. Oh, it was when right after Peppa Pig, because
it was after Peppa. That's right. We had Peppa at like 3:30
or something.
Some late time, I can't remember. And so we rolled in this food hall, which Megan's gonna look up so she can say what it is. It was awesome. I mean, I don't think it was really kid friendly generally, just because there was a single elevator. And it was really, there was, multiple bars. I mean, it would have been cooler if we were adults without children. Yeah. But we managed, and our kids danced all over the floor.
Yeah.
And
it was called Seven Dials Market.
Seven Dials Market. And
it was very good. It was a little hot in there, though, to be honest.
It was hot, but it was super cool to have that many choices for food, so I could like get them whatever they wanted, Yeah. And then, is that when we went to Utterly Delicious?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We went to Utterly Delicious, and that was
a great ice cream place. I had a couple of bites of that.
Place. That was fantastic ice cream.
Yeah. Definitely worth going there.
I don't think that was even rated the top 1, but I'd say that like that curry was awesome, and the Malaysian was one of my favorites, and that ice cream was the best one I had.
Yeah, like we wanted to go to a Thai place, and it was like there weren't seats, and so like.
And we couldn't get in.
I don't know. We'll have to wait. Well, next time we go to London, I don't know when that's going to be. 12 years from now.
Not with your life, buyer. I don't think so. I'm sure that somehow we'll be connecting through London, and we'll make an extended layover.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed it, and definitely would like to go back. I was even looking up jobs, so who knows?
You look up jobs everywhere we go. Stop it. Stop telling people like, oh, I love London so much, I look for a job. You look for jobs everywhere we go. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
You look for jobs in real estate in any place we land.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
So that's
Unless I really don't like it. I wasn't really looking for real estate in San Miguel. I mean, like, it was nice to visit, but I
stopped job searching and real estate hunting in San Miguel.
I did not look up. Did you see me looking up real estate in San Miguel? You did not.
No, I get that. Okay, fair. I shouldn't have said every place, but I'd say many times. Because we're in Northern Ireland now, and you're looking up jobs and real estate. Mostly real estate.
Mostly real estate.
So it's just saying it happens pretty often.
Yeah, okay,
Sign us up, Ira.
This is episode 7 of Trips and Giggles. Thanks for listening.
In case you're counting at home, just want you to know we reached lucky number 7.
This is our London episode of Trips and Giggles.
I think this should have happened at the beginning.
We did not talk about peeing in a diaper this time, but we did give you maybe a good rundown of our London trip.
Diaper. I hope that was the name of the episode.
Oh my god. I should rename it.
You should rename that peeing in a diaper.
I think
No. It should be like adult peeing in a diaper. You know what I mean? Or
I think I did name it something about peeing in a diaper, but I don't remember what
adult
it is.
Adult piss break. So. Okay, pull the plug.
Okay. Bye.